All right, well, welcome everybody. My name is Simon and I am in Australia, and we have four different trainers tonight, which is exciting. And what I'd like to do is just quickly introduce them to you and get them to say hi. And then we're going to start to do some training. And this call is an exciting one because it was the first one that we've managed to do where we've invited anyone in the AI Academy to step up and do some training. And while Bevan and Alex, who you'll meet, have done some training before, we have Festus joining us from Kenya. And he was the first one to put his hand up and say, yes, I want to help. And so that is so wonderful. We are so thankful to you, Festus. And we also hope that others on this call might realize that they've got something to offer as well. So that in future calls, if you've got something that you would like to train in AI and ministry or what you have learned, we would love to hear from you. So maybe let's just quickly go round and introduce. So first, welcome. Could you just tell us in 1 minute where you are and maybe just a little bit about you?
Thank you, Simon. I'm Festus. I'm based in Kenya. Currently, I'm within the Coastal area, and I'm doing a children workers training. I run a consultancy by the name TransGil Africa. TransGil Africa focuses on integrated approach in children ministry programming, whereby we don't only focus on spiritual development, but we're also interested on their psychosocial development. We're also interested on their health and environment. That's what I do across Kenya, mostly also based within the eastern region part of the country. And the other bit is also I'm involved in writing a lot. I've written quite a good number of books in children ministry, teenage, and teachers. I think currently I'm doing my 32nd book, children ministry programming. Thank you. That is what I'm doing currently.
That's wonderful. Well, it's great to see you, Festus, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. And then Alexander or Alex from Ukraine, who we have met before in the AI Academy. But Alex, welcome. And we continue to pray for you in Ukraine. How are things going? And maybe for those that don't know you, can you give us a quick introduction?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Alex from Ukraine. So it's Ukraine where I'm involved in serving children and teenagers. Actually, I use AI in this ministry. I also facilitated different AI training sessions throughout Ukraine. We do it with Hala from Ukraine. Some of you can know Hala. So yeah, and we believe and we are working that Ukraine win. We believe Ukraine will win this war. Yeah, we pray. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And Bevan in Thailand, who's shortly to jump on a plane. Thank you again for joining us. Give us just a quick intro to you.
Sure. I am Bevan. Actually, some of you might be interested to know that I grew up in Zimbabwe. So from 0 to 11, I was deeply influenced by growing up in Zimbabwe. And then I have been working since 1991 as a missionary with Youth with a Mission. And I have been really excited about developing training for Global South leaders who are trying to get their people to send, even though they have been a mission field, they're now sending out. And so that led me to experiment with how can we actually use AI tools for education. And that's connected me with Brother Sai. Thank you for fighting for the AI Academy.
Thank you, Bevan. And my name is Simon, or you can call me Sai because it's shorter. And in Australia, we always shorten names. And I work in children's ministry and sport ministry and love doing creative things. Let me read. I was thinking about what from the Bible might inspire us tonight. And I would love us to think about this for a very long time, but I'm just going to pick one verse that I think might help us, because one of the challenges with AI is things go so fast and it keeps changing. And in fact, even today, as I was preparing to talk about some AI animation, I discovered that there was a new version out that I didn't know about. And that seems to happen every week, where there's something new and something changes. And yet, when you look at Psalm 96, and it's a great psalm, I'm not going to read it all, but it's an amazing one where God says things like, where David writes and says, he makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. So our God has amazing power. He is in charge. He is the God of the universe still, and he's still supreme. And I love it that he says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. And again, every couple of days I read something about some reason why AI might destroy every life form on earth, or if it's not AI, it'll be something else. But I'm confident that God is in charge. He knows what's going on, and nothing is going to happen by accident. Nothing is going to happen outside of his control. And so if we're worried or we fear, it's a good reminder to stop, be still, and know that he is God. And so we're here because of the greatness and the wonder of Jesus, who has loved us so much that he came and died for us. And so the AI Academy thinks about technology, thinks about creativity, thinks about all these things. But in the end, the only thing that really matters is the fact that God loves us and knows us, and we can follow him still. AI is simply another tool, a tool in the toolbox that we can use to serve him, to be faithful to him, and to make disciples for Jesus. So that's the point of the AI Academy. And tonight we have a number of different bits of training to stretch our thinking. So Festus is going to kick us off with a bit of an overview of AI. And I'm very excited because we want trainers and training to come from different parts of the world, because AI is everywhere. And it's really helpful to hear different perspectives from different places. So thank you so much, Festus, for stepping up to this, and over to you.
Thank you, Simon, once again. AI basically, from our initial discussion when we said it is a simulation of human intelligence, I was looking at the part of simulation and mimicking. Then I realized artificial intelligence is basically a pretense of being human-like, which is not human. So basically, it's simulation of human intelligence, and that is processes by machines, especially computer systems designed to think, learn, and act autonomously. However, when I looked at again the definition, again I realized AI it's not. It's more of it cannot work without us as a human. And we know we've got the different types, that is the general AI, the narrow AI, and the super intelligent. And most of us are quite fast with artificial intelligence. But again, we also checked on the different areas where it has been used. And one of the areas where it has been used, it is in education sector, healthcare, business and industry, in agriculture, in social and faith-based work. So when it comes to education, it's in adaptive learning. In healthcare, it's also in automated assessments. In business and industry, in personalized tutoring and delivering of particular decisions. Then there is also automated responses when you've got maybe mass responses you want to make in businesses. In agriculture, we've got automated and systems. Then in social and faith-based work, again, it's more in communication and creativity. Then there are key components of AI, that is, AI basically relies on data. It also relies on human reasoning and interaction. Then it is also involved in it's the aspect of learning and algorithms. Then the other bit I also wanted to check on mostly was AI has both great benefits, and I can attest to that. Because when we did our first academy, I think it was around October, November. Those are my most creative months. I involved myself for the last couple of years in a lot of writing. And I realized each and every one of us uses AI in one way or another. We either use it in either grammar, keyboard, in maybe the creativity. We've used AI in one way or another. So basically, when it is responsibly used, there is the aspect of efficiency and productivity. A role and a responsibility that would have taken a longer time to do, you take lesser time. Then the other best thing about AI, it is accessibility. It's accessible everywhere across the globe, so anyone can utilize it constructively to build and strengthen ministry. Then it's AI. It's a bit helps a lot in innovation catalyst. That is, yes, you've got the idea. There is what you want to see, but you don't know how. AI again will help you to develop, to become more innovative if you utilize it well. Then there's the aspect of also everyone can access it, and the services are available to everyone. They can help one also make strong decisions to support whatever they are doing. Then one of the best thing AI also contributes a lot to, it's enhanced communication. And when I was thinking about this benefit and creativity, I was thinking about I wish we can do this small activity. If I say you just think about an animal which has legs, and you just picture it and draw it. If you do that activity, I've just mentioned an animal that has legs, just draw it. You picked a pen and draw just that. Basically, you realize that those instructions are incomplete because you don't know which animal you're drawing. The same case applies to utilization of artificial intelligence applications here there. If your instruction, if your prompts are not complete, are not clear, then you are likely to get half-baked results for what you want. And you may end up having thinking AI is not useful, it's not important, but it is us who are giving us the instruction, who are not giving clear instruction. One thing I can say, it is us human who are creative. It is not the AI bit of it. It is us to come up with the creative thoughts, then we feed them to giving specific instruction to the AI so as to give clarity on whatever we want. Now, what about the impact if it is overdone? One, human dependency, a lot. Most people, again, we forgot about our natural way of doing things, because whenever you ask something, you think about AI. You don't think about doing it the same way you are supposed to do it. If you are supposed to prepare particular, just a short lesson for children ministry program, children ministry, maybe on particular theme, the first thing I launch in one's mind is, let me run to AI. I'll get all that information. And recently, as a student in the field of biblical studies, I was talking to a friend and he's a pastor, and I asked, have you completed your assignment? And they don't know. AI is going to do it for me. And I told her, no, you are missing the authenticity of that personal contact with the word because you are over relying on AI. So sometimes our over reliance on AI sometimes causes us to have human deficiency when it comes to exploration in such a way that even our creative nature, ability to think and come up with something concrete, we lose that bit. Then emotional and social isolation. Sometimes if you overdone, you can become more of a so much isolated because every now it's more like an addictive program. So if it's in maybe prompt, it's on maybe generative AI, you realize when you overdo it again, there is that emotional detachment from the actual world, from the real world, because you're always on it. You don't want to interact with other people to know and to understand what are the challenges in that particular community. How can you address them? Because you want only to rely on the information that's already fed to the AI systems. Then there is ethical and moral drift. Basically, AI systems, if not guided, it may lead to biasness in the results you need. So it has to be thoroughly guided. I remember sometimes when we were beginning the academy, we were told we make sure we're using AI for the right purpose, not using it for the things which are not appropriate. It's very likely for one to find themselves doing something that is different from what it was intended for. For example, you are just doing something, and the minute the way you get offended by something and you find yourself, instead of doing what you are supposed to do, you concentrate on what is happening within you at that particular moment. Then there is also the aspect of privacy and surveillance threats. Most of the times we share a lot of content within the AI systems, and we may not have control of privacy of our own content. You might have thought you've developed for many years, but as a result of just sharing that because you want to perhaps to proofread, because you want to restructure, then you lose its privacy and its corporate as a result of sharing it within the system. Then what can we do so as to ensure that we do not overuse it and we do not allow it to take control over us? Because if we don't become its masters, it is going to master us. And if AI becomes our master, then it means everything we are going to be doing, it's more artificial than actual. One of the things we are supposed to do it, we are supposed to make sure we are using it to serve humanity, and AI is not meant to replace humanity, because AI relies on humanity, human beings, for it to generate whatever it's supposed to do. Ethical integration, then we've got to have embedded moral, spiritual, and social values in our AI designs, ensuring that even as we engage in AI development and activities, we do not lose our morals. We still stand with our morals, we still spiritually guided, and we still make sure that we hold on those values as we continue serving in this particular in ministry. Education and awareness, we should continually teach about responsible use of AI, so that we make sure it's not misused in creativity. Especially within our society, sometimes there is excessive use of misuse of AI. Sometimes you look at it and you're like, this is misused. And sometimes there is need of information, education, and control, because if someone misuses it, may offend somebody else. Then the other bit is on a spiritual reflection. We should anchor our AI utilization as Christians in compassion, justice, and wisdom, ensuring that it's spiritually, it's biblically founded. It's not outside our biblical foundation. And I think if we rely on that or we go that way when we utilize AI, it will be of great help to us and ministry. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Festus. There's a lot of really good things that you've said, and we would love people to ask questions. And you can put your questions in the chat box. We also don't have so many people on the call, which means we might even get a chance later to get you to speak your questions, which would be lovely. Often we don't get to do that if there's too many people. So if you've got questions for Festus or for anybody else, maybe put them into the chat. And what we might do is move on now to Alex, and then we can come back and ask you more questions. But thank you, Festus. I think what really struck me in what you said was just a reminder that we can't give over mastery to AI. We need to remain the master. We need to be the ones in charge, and also don't be lazy. Don't let AI do the things that you need to do, and many other great things. That's really great. So thank you. Really well thought through. Alex, over to you.
Yeah. Hi again. Yeah, and actually AI is about creativity. Actually AI moves so fast that it's hard to keep up, and actually even harder to know what tools, even models are actually good and what we can use. So today I want to share with you some image generation models, tools, so I use, and how to choose between them. So there are tons of models, but which one are worth it? And I want to share with you my screen. Moment. Yeah. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So it's about our summer camp. So this summer, we run a family camp with theme pass it on, pass on what you received from Christ. We have to be able to pass on what we have learned in a way. Actually, that is understandable for everyone. And every day we had a video of the day, and on the fifth day, we created a video with Paul, Apostle Paul. He taught us the idea of passing it on as he had taught the Timothy. Yeah, and this video was actually very realistic. So Paul moves with a phone like a selfie. So it was really cool, and we made that video with Google Veo 3 on the summer. Now we can use Google Veo 3 and 1. And actually, we can use this model, Google Veo, like model video generation, for free. We can use it for free for months. And I want to share with you what tools we use to generate a main character, different locations, and keep the character consistent. And we will talk about this now. And here's how we did it and what we learned. So how to choose AI image model. So there are 6 criteria. Like we can understand what AI model we can use. So the first two, realism and artistic style. It's about style of what video we want, like it's in realism or it's like cartoon, etc. And cinematic, it's how it looks like light, shadows, framing, beautiful shot design. It's all about this. And coherence, it's how well it follows the prompt and renders. So what we type, it's our instruction for the chatbot or this model. The next, it's detail. It's ability to show fine details. And the last one, it's actually price. It's also very important thing. So, and if we combine all this above, we can pick the model that best fits for our goals. So, and the first, like, actually, there are many models we can use. It's really a lot. And let's focus on the most useful that we can use it. And the first one is Midjourney. It's most about fashion and style. It's not like universal model. It's not like a one size fits all model, but great for stylization and fashion. If, for example, you want like surreal or artistic style, Midjourney is often like the best choice. It's great. It has a great creative and art data set. It's like outstanding, best for competitors. Actually, if you can see these images, I try to combine a human with a parrot traits, and actually Midjourney results stood out compared actually to other model. You can see the prompt. Actually, the Mystic model is now it's very good, but very high price. We can see Sora and Ideogram, yeah, and we can see how Midjourney did it. Actually, and second advantage of Midjourney is cinematic cinematic image. So Midjourney is also the best in this. Next, also Midjourney has a cool gallery where we can see different created images of the users. We can also go to the like image or video and choose like we can get a prompt from it and use it. And about Midjourney, it's like this tool is cool, but like stylish, but lagging behind its competitors. So there are pros and cons of the Midjourney, and pros it's Midjourney has strong artistic style. As we can see this diagram, we can see what is the best the strengths of this model. So we can see that artistic style is the strength of the model. Price, it's not very high, but yeah, it costs. We have to pay like $10. It's a minimal subscription, and cinematic style is also the strength of this model of the Midjourney. Also, there is a pump up editor, so we can choose the area of the image, and we can modify it, and we can do it with like a built-in Midjourney editor. So it's also very cool. Also, Midjourney now has a own video model, so we can generate videos from the image. It's also the strengths, and one of the disadvantage of this model, it's that Midjourney doesn't listen well to prompts. Yeah, also we can it doesn't work well with camera angles and poor detailed quality in the background, like plastic skin and problem with fingers. Yeah, if you want to generate something that's real, so with Midjourney it will be difficult. So it's more cinematic, artistic style. So the next, our platform. So we can, for realism, we can use Mystic Fleet and Imagen for Ultra. So we can so this Mystic is we can see that it delivers top tier photorealism. People look like people, like no plastic skin, visible pores and wrinkles, strong detail, so coherence. Actually, uh, for this model is good. It listens to our prompt, but it's not perfect. And compared to Midjourney, Mystic wins on realism and fine detail. Actually, if and the model has the best detail and realism, and we can see based on this image, if we generate the woman in Midjourney, we can see that it's like more cinematic without like it's like almost perfect, but not like in real life. And if we look at Mystic and Imagine, it's more about realism, how it looks in real life, and we can see that Mystic is a little bit better. Okay, and if we compare Mystic with Midjourney, we can see that Mystic wins in details. So we can see how that in Midjourney this umbrella is like flying in the air. Where in the Mystic it's like it's strong in details. Even we can see on the face, on the quality, so how it generates the realism. And the more accurate alternative, I think that one of the good model that's now exists, it's Imagine 4 from Google. And if we compare Mystic with Imagine, with Google Imagine, so Mystic is available via FreePic Premium, and we have to pay $39, so it's a lot. So it's get pricey. So Mystic realism is higher, but Imagine 4 has better coherence. It follows prompts almost perfectly, so it's better than Mystic. And with upscale, Imagine 4 can reach very high quality. And right now, Imagine 4 is one of the best for realism and can sometimes handle surreal styles too. So we can see it right here. Yeah. So we can see the statistic between Google Imagine 4 and Mystic Fluid. So it is available on FreePics, such platform. And if we compare, we can see that realistic style are almost like it's the strengths of the Mystic detailing, but not coherence. If we see that coherence in Imagine 4, it's almost the best. Yeah. And if to compare, so Imagine 4 is a good price, high coherence. Detail is a bit behind Mystic, but still very good. So how to generate the image? How can we use this knowledge and generate an image? Very quickly. So there are 5 levels of there are 5 prompting levels. So we can we move through it and generate image. So the first one, it's you can see it's in my language. So we can use our language. It's not English. We use it in our language and give it the image model. And actually, it works, but results are usually weak, or it can even doesn't work. And actually, I don't recommend this approach. And level 2 is if we ask ChatGPT to make a Midjourney prompt. For example, today carton coffee bean in a gym. So in this way, models understand it, and you'll get images, but still not great. Level 3, we can use a ready-made GPT assistant. It can give you 4 options, variants, and it's fine for getting started, but still not recommended by my approach. But we can use it. And okay, I want to show you how it works. Let's open ChatGPT. Okay, it's this one. Oh, okay. So this is the second level. So I asked ChatGPT, create me a prompt for Midjourney, 3D cartoon coffee bean, and the gym. So it gives us like this prompt, yeah, but it's not recommended approach. But we can use in the third level, we can use like this Midjourney with an image prompt. So we can use this as like GPT assistant, and we can like it like this like Midjourney. We can use it even not just for Midjourney. We can use it like for other models also, yeah. But it's still it's a good approach, but not the best. So we can like maybe I have no. Okay. Okay. So it's how we can use it. I asked create a hyperrealistic image of the car's future for me. So it gives me 4 options. We can ask for more details, and it didn't give us more details. And then in the output, we get like this image. Okay. And the, for level 4 is like all these levels not recommended, but these 2 levels, 4 and 5, is most recommended. It's like use our own master prompt. It's tailored to your tasks. I use AI for my work, so my prompt includes all the details I care about. It's long and specific, and it beats generic assistants. And I have a version for images that I can share with you. Yeah, this is all the details that the prompt can include. Like it's about camera, scene description, subject. It's very important. What we words, emotion and mood, pose and action, location, lighting and color guide style. It includes all these things. And I'll show you the example. So it's like we can use prompt like this. We just give it to our to ChatGPT, and then I write what I want from there. What image I want. For example, I need an image of a postal pole walking through Rome, surrounded by noise and crowded people. So and then in that I get a good prompt. And actually, that what I understand that if you want a realistic image, if you want a realistic man, you don't need to write give me a realistic man. You should write a camera. What camera do you want? And then it gives you a realistic image. Okay, and the last one, it's like we go beyond a master prompt with structured detail, often JSON style. I'll show you. It's common for video generation, but it also works great for images. We can use it. So we can use such prompt with assistants that accept structured inputs. So it gives us the best result. So if you want, okay, it's like it's about this. It's about photos. There are 3 modes. The second, it's for Midjourney. It will be in YAML, and it's professional photography. So we can use it, and it gives us the best like option. And we can translate it to English. Ask this. Yeah, and I asked already. So yeah, and I need an image of Apostle Paul, and it gives me a JSON prompt like this that I can just copy. And for example, go to Google Gemini. There are good tool to work with images. You can use Nano Banana. Recent tools. We can combine different images into one and create creative shots. It's very good. And then I can create. I just give this prompt, and I can receive a good image. So I'll share with you this assistant. So and in such way we can get image we can use like Google Imagen 3. It's best. And in that, I want to share with you different models. So there are a lot of statistics. There are many statistics. So we can get the best model, and for results, like this is the top 3 for models for image generation. It's like Midjourney and Sora. Midjourney is best for fashion photography, Sora Lens, art house, cinema, and Sora. Actually, Sora is for ChatGPT. We can use it, and it's very best for product photos, like for complex compositions, graphic design. We can see that it's very high price, but coherence is good. And Google Imagen 4 Mystic 5 Lead is best for realistic videos, realistic images, portrait photography, architecture, cinema, cartoons, anime. So the top 4 models we can use for image generation. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Alex. That's amazing, and I do a lot of image generation, and there are things that you shared tonight that I didn't know. So thank you so much. And for those on the call, depending on how much you do, some of the things that we share will be more advanced than where you're at, and some things are not. And that whole point of the AI Academy is that we're serving many different types of people. So if there are some things that Alex shared that are beyond your skill, that's okay. But I think, Alex, what you shared, which is really helpful, is getting the chatbot to help you, and particularly getting the chatbot to help you write the prompt. And that's something that's a very powerful thing to do. And you can do that in a simple way, and you can do that in a more complex way. And they all help. So thank you very much, Alex. That's excellent.
Thank
and
you.
really good to hear that detail. If anyone's got questions, please type them in the chat box. Have we got any questions yet, Jane? No questions yet. So please ask your questions. We'll stop after Bevan, I think, and just ask a few questions if there are any, because I want to make sure we get Bevan in on this call, and because I know that he has to leave shortly. So Bevan, we know that you've been learning a lot, so please share some of your wisdom with us. What are you talking about tonight?
It is my privilege. Thank you, Simon. And thank you, Festus and Alex. Wow, I did learn a lot. I really appreciate that. Well done. I have the privilege of talking about Notebook LM. All right. And I am so excited about it because I have been experimenting with so many tools, and I want you to know about this one because the difference about this tool is where it's getting the information. All right. Most every other tool is going out into the whole of the internet and is trained on who knows what to get back the content that it's bringing you. And often it brings you an answer and there's no sources listed as to where it got that answer, So that is why I'm so excited about Notebook LM by Google, which is free, by the way. And it is so different because it creates a notebook, a box, where you put your content in it, and then it could be your writing or trusted resources that you have selected, and then you can interact with that. You can chat with all of that content and get answers, and then you can actually create a lot of great content from that. So I just want to give you a quick tutorial on that. And so this is what you'll see when you first come there. Oh, let me just set this up. All right, so when you first come, you'll see this page here, and it says, hey, you can understand anything. This is your research and thinking partner, grounded in the information you trust and built with the latest Gemini models. And you can, if you have a Gmail account, you can actually do that for free. Really cool. And then you can upload your sources. And it's all kinds of things. It can be PDFs, it can be websites, it can be YouTube videos, it can be audio files, Google Docs in your Google Drive, Google Slides. All of those things can be put in there in a notebook around. Usually you'd want to pick a topic and gather resources related to that and put it in that notebook. But then once you have that collection, you can actually create all kinds of insights based on that. Things like study guides, briefing documents, audio podcasts, video explainer videos. I'm going to show you examples of some of these things. But it's just great also in that when you chat with that, you have created your notebook, you have your list of sources, and you can actually chat in there and say, okay, out of all these, for example, resources on leadership, can you give me the top 3 themes about transformational leadership? And then it'll actually create a summary of those things, but you'll see that it has a little link that can take you to exactly where that quote is in the original document. And of course, it creates then the added benefit of things like audio overviews for those of us who like to learn by listening. Very natural sounding conversations about that summarize all the content that you can have up to, you can have up to 50 resources in there on the free plan. Let me see if I can get to behind here. Okay, so here we are looking in my collection of notebooks. And so one thing you could do right here is when you come in, you have one that says create a notebook.
Bevan, I
Yes.
don't think it changed.
Okay.
There, that's better. Yeah.
Okay. So you would create, you click on create a notebook. Are you seeing this? And then at the top here is one that actually is, I want you to be aware of. It's called Discover Sources. So you could say, give me great a collection of resources on best practices for fundraising. Okay, and then it'll actually, you can submit that and it'll actually go out there, and you can then look at this list of resources and select the ones that are out there. Fundraising, top 60 fundraising strategies, and you could import those into your notebook, LM notebook, and start to chat with that and draw out themes from all of this resources. Now that is using the tool that goes and finds resources from the internet. I don't usually use that. I usually go and here I create a new notebook, and then I just add my chosen resources. The YouTube videos I've been interested in, my documents. I just finished a master's course and I wrote a thesis that was over 100 pages long, and nobody's going to read that thing. But I put that thesis in here, and then I'm able to interact with that and create content, including podcasts and videos based on that content. So I want to show you an example of that. One that's really relevant for us is actually recently there was a magazine that came out called Mission Frontiers. Let's see if I can actually, okay. Mission Frontiers is a great magazine, and their most recent issue was all about the impact of AI on missions, right? This is really relevant for us as believers. And yet, and there's so many articles in there, including a great article by Keegan and myself and Brother Simon, all kinds of great stuff in there, right? But many of us are not actually going to read all of this. So what I did was I actually, created a notebook here, and all of those articles, each one of them is in that notebook, right? these are all the articles that I should read. I probably won't. And then I'm able to just here, you can see it's actually going to allow you to chat with that and say, what are the top 5 opportunities for cross-cultural workers from this content? There's probably a better question I could ask, but let's see what we get. And I don't have to spell everything correctly. And then it's going to actually go there and go through all of those documents and find 5 principles, 5 opportunities that I should know about as a cross-cultural worker. So it's saying accelerated language acquisition and translation, number 1 on the list, enhance cultural understanding, creation of contextualized content, yes, educational materials, yes, scalable evangelism and outreach in restricted regions, yes, all kinds of amazing stuff that I should know about it. But you'll see here there is a link. So if I want to know where this is just the summary, where it came from, I can click that and it'll take me to where that is in the original document. So super cool. But that's not all. Over here in the studio side is the amazing tools, tools that can take all of that content and create great things with. So I want to show you one that is just listen in on a audio podcast, basically, that is informed by all of these resources. Again, it's not going out into the internet. It's only interacting with what I put in that notebook. But this is how nice it sounds.
Welcome to the deep dive. We've gathered the articles, the surveys, the field reports you sent over, and today we're really diving into this fascinating, almost paradoxical situation, how artificial intelligence is being adopted, sometimes resisted, but definitely used by Christian mission agencies across the globe.
It really is a paradox.
Yeah.
And, starting with new tech, there's always that friction, isn't there?
Absolutely. One of the sources kicked off with this great little story about a Nigerian editor back in 1999.
Anyway, so that's a podcast, but then recently it's released this ability to make explainer videos. So the podcast would be more like 10, 12 minutes. The explainer videos are more like 6 minutes. And so here's an example of one.
All right, let's talk about a transformation that is happening right now at the intersection of faith and technology. I'm talking about artificial intelligence. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. It's here, and it's acting as a massive catalyst, changing the very fabric of how Christian missions are being done all over the world. To really get to the heart of this, I want you to just picture something. This comes from one of our sources, and it's a really powerful image. Think about a young mother, somewhere totally isolated, maybe feeling completely alone. It's the middle of the night, and she types into her phone in her own language a simple question: is there hope? And for her, the answer came from an AI, not a person, not a pamphlet, but an AI-driven conversation, ready to engage with her right then and there, 24/7. This is exactly how this technology is reaching into some of the most restricted and difficult to access places on Earth, where traditional methods just can't go. So this is a huge topic, right? How do we even begin to wrap our heads around it? Well, we're going to break it down into 4 main parts.
All right, so, this is an explainer video that then, if it's not exactly what you're wanting to do, you can actually tell it, focus in on this. But this point right now, I'm running out of time, but I want you to make sure that you understand that in this latest version of Notebook LM, they have given us the ability to create content in 80 different languages. 80 different languages. So once you have the content that you like, you can actually say, give me this in Urdu, give me this in Nepali, give me this in Korean, give me this in Mandarin. And I have been sending the results to my friends who speak those languages, and they are saying it is great. In many cases, it's only a few things that need to be tweaked. And so it really has this powerful potential to allow us to create content for speakers of the in other languages. So for my brother Alex, I tried out Ukrainian here, and he can tell us how it did.
Штучний інтелект і християнські місії. На перший погляд, що може бути спільного? Здається, це два паралельні всесвіти. Але, як ми сьогодні побачимо, вони перетинаються. І цей перетин, він змінює все. Це розмова про майбутнє, яке насправді вже тут. Усе починається з однієї людини. Уявіть собі, глибока ніч, тиша, десь у віддаленому селі. Молода мама, зневірена, втомлена, бере в руки телефон і простою мовою, своєю рідною мовою пише «Чи є надія?». Саме тут, у цьому тихому крику про допомогу, і починається наша історія. Технологія перестає бути просто технологією, вона стає каналом надії. Тож, як саме це працює?
All right, what do you think, Alex? How did it do?
Yeah, it's very nice and even text without any mistakes, so it's really cool.
Wow. Okay. So you can see the potential for actually creating content. Once you have something that's your content, trusted resources, then you can create it. And if you are a leader working cross-culturally, you can actually, in many cases, get it into at least the trade language of the people that you're trying, that are in that region. And so there is an app that works on your phone. It's not as many features there, but what's great about it is that you can actually, on the phone, you can actually say, give me, loading up for you. But say you found a resource that's about how to introduce people to Jesus using your mobile phone, right? You want to say, oh, I want to put that in a notebook and collect all kinds of things about how to do evangelism online. And so you just click then share, and there it is, your ability to add it to a notebook in using your phone, and that or existing one. And so that is a great feature that you can use with your mobile phone. Let's see if I missed anything. I think that is the main things I wanted you to see, is that you can, and by the way, there is the feature called reports. It actually can make study guides. It can make briefing documents. It can make mind maps. It can make really nice flashcards for learning a subject. There's so many possibilities in terms of text output. I just featured the audio output and the video output as well. But 80 languages, and it's not just going out into the internet to grab this content. It's your trusted resources that you put in your notebook. So great tool. I'm using it all the time, and I recommend it to you highly.
Wow, Bevan, that's amazing. And yeah, it is an incredible tool, and it's amazing to see how you use it. And we also need to learn how you get your head on the screen like that, because it's so cool. Alex wants to know as well. There's a question that has come up in terms of people wanting to get started. And if you are new to the AI Academy, I want you to have a look first at the AI Academy YouTube channel, because that's where we put all the different videos that will help you get started. And so this is the YouTube channel, and I've put it in the chat. And in fact, this Zoom call will come up shortly in the Zoom calls down here, so you can go back and watch that. But this How to Use AI is the playlist of all the different trainings we've done over the last year or so. And if you click on that, you'll start to see quite a long playlist of things like how to use ChatGPT, the command center, which Alex runs in Ukraine, how to do music, video. And the question was about generative art. And you might want to start here of number 1 and number 2 and more things. Even AI video is there. And now the problem with AI is that it does keep changing. And so some of the apps that you'll see on those videos might look a little bit different today, but in most cases that training is still relevant and the principles are still very, very good. So if you're new to the AI Academy, that's the place to start and have a look at some of those different training videos. And that will get you started in AI image generation or AI video and some of these other things. So yeah, that's the place to begin. And then there's a question about AI video, and I realize it's now 1 hour of our call, and normally we only go for an hour. So you are very free to leave right now if you need to leave. We will continue and do just a little bit more on AI video, and then you can see it on the video on the YouTube channel probably tomorrow if you need to leave and you can't watch now. And I'm just going to do a little bit on that. But before I do that, are there any other questions that people have, particularly for Festus or for Alex or for Bevan? We would love you to ask those questions while we're here. And then also think about ways that maybe if you have used AI and you want to be part of helping with the training next time. Are there any questions?
So there was a question earlier on about making films and video generation. And I know, Sai, you've directed us to the YouTube channel so that we can get started. And that's the same for people who've been asking about AI image generation. Will we be looking at some video making on the next call? What's coming up?
No, I'll just do about 15 minutes now. So this will go a little bit longer, but if you want to see it now, or you can come and look at the video later.
Okay, well, I'll keep recording then.
Yeah, keep recording. What I'm going to do is just touch on a little bit of AI video. So if you've never done it before, you'll be better off going and looking at the how to do AI video on the YouTube channel, because that goes from the very beginning. What I want to show you is just a few little tricks I've learned recently, building on what Alex has said actually, and I'll show you some of that. So maybe I'll keep going, and then if you do have questions, then please let me know. So what I've been wrestling with AI video is, and I'll just share this, is the fact that when you're creating a video, one of the hardest things to do is to think about how you're going to come up with a good idea. That's really important, because you can do anything now, pretty much anything on AI, and you've got to have a good idea to begin with. So it's all very well that AI can do all these amazing things, but it all comes back to a human having a good idea to start with. And I want to show you a little bit of the process of that on just a few of the projects I've done recently. And in fact, while I'm doing that, if you haven't seen it, we did share it on the AI Academy, but this training and this little booklet called Top 10 Practical Ideas for Pastors and Leaders, you can download it off Max Evan and off the AI Academy. And maybe Jane could even find the link for that. And that will give you some great ideas. But what I wanted to talk about, and this builds on what Alex has said, is that often when you're trying to use AI art or music or video, you really can use your chatbot to help you and get your chatbot to help write your prompts. And you can even get your chatbot to write the prompts for your chatbot to say, I'm wanting to ask a question about something. Can you help me write a prompt? But what I want to think about is how I've done that in video. And I'll use Minecraft as the example because Minecraft is a very, very popular computer game. In fact, I think it's the most popular computer game in the world today. My son plays it a lot, too much, probably. And I don't understand it much at all. Even though he explains it to me constantly, I really struggle to understand it. And I was trying to work out, how can I then communicate biblical principles or a Bible story in a Minecraft language? So you can start to see this has implications for lots of cross-cultural and cross-subcultural communication. So language is not just a different language from another country. There are even different languages within a culture. So Minecraft language or surfing language or computer language or even business language or any type of hobby will have a different language. And so Minecraft is just a great example to experiment with. And I don't understand Minecraft language. So I asked my chatbot to help me to communicate a message. So I'll just show you what I said. This is the prompt that I gave to try and translate something into a Minecraft language. And this just gives you a taste of it. And like Alex showed you, you can go deeper, you can go more complicated, but I'll give you this simple example. So I said this: could you act as a scriptwriter and an expert Minecraft player and help me to create scripts, prompts, and ideas for an AI video and an animated Minecraft series? I want to be like a typical Minecraft tutorial on YouTube, and there are thousands and thousands of that type of video on YouTube. And I want to speak to a 10 to 12-year-old boy who plays Minecraft. So you can see there I have used some of the key principles of prompting. I've asked it to act as something, so a good scriptwriter, and I do want it to be an expert Minecraft player. I've said what I'm trying to do. I've given a bit of explanation, and I've told it who my audience is. These are all different ways that you can get a better prompt by giving more detail. And so then I said, first, could you help me with some key terms that a Minecraft player would know that help explain Bible concepts? I want to be able to explain Ephesians 6, that's the armor of God, and I'm going to be using Veo 3 for a Minecraft context using Minecraft language. Now, I then had an ongoing conversation with ChatGPT, and I went through each of the stages of the armor of God, and I asked it, how could I explain that in Minecraft language? So I did have a back and forth discussion because I wanted to understand, in the same way that you might ask a chatbot to explain Greek terms in a Bible passage. So I might not be able to speak Greek, but I can say, could you tell me what are some of the key Greek terms in this Bible passage? And it will do that as well. And then I can have a conversation and say, explain that word to me. And where else is that word used in the New Testament? So I can start to use ChatGPT to translate and understand things that are beyond my knowledge. And that's the example that I'm trying to give you here with Minecraft. So my point is that I did have an idea. I wanted to explain Ephesians 6. I also had an audience, like my son, who plays Minecraft and who likes collecting armor and swords and everything else that Minecraft delivers. And so I needed ChatGPT's help. It then created a prompt that I could give to AI videos. So this is what it said. And this is just the first scene. Now with Google Veo, it's great because it can do the video and the sound effects and the talking. Not all AI video does that, but Google Veo does do that. Not every level of it, but some levels. So it gave me this prompt, and I could not have written this prompt. I don't even understand half of what it says. It says, please create a Minecraft survival tutorial style scene. The screen looks like a regular Minecraft YouTube Let's Play. Full HUD on screen. I think that's head something. I don't know what it means. Survival mode, slightly shaky camera, and the player stands in a rough plain biome with scattered mobs in the distance. Zombies, skeletons, creepers. They're not attacking yet, they're just watching. So you can see this is using words I don't understand, but it's using Minecraft language. And then it says what the player is doing. And it has a character in the bottom who's the tutorial person. And then it gives me the script. All right, squad, ever feel like your world's under siege? And it's speaking in Minecraft language. So I just went back and forth and created each scene that way, asking Minecraft to help me, telling it which part of the armor and which Bible verse I'm trying to communicate. And then I had a bit of a conversation until it came up with a prompt that seemed to make sense. And then when I fed all of those into the AI video, it gave me something like this. And I won't have time to show you the whole video, but you can see the full one on the AI Academy channel under video examples. But have a look at how amazing that prompt then generates a video that looks like a YouTube video.
You ever feel like survival mode's out of control? There's one way to stand strong. Let's go!
All right, squad, you ever feel like your world's under siege? Like flaming arrows flying in your rocket leather boots? Yo, we need that Ephesians 6 loadout. Time to activate full armor. Okay, wait, you want full armor? The Bible's got a clue. It's in a section called Ephesians 6. It's like a secret command that shows you how to survive everything. All right, legends, first piece of gear, the belt of truth.
Without it, your whole loadout falls apart. Trust what's true, and you're already stronger.
It's not just for show, it holds everything together. You could grind for diamond gear all day, but this is a netherite chestplate of righteousness. Jesus gives it to you, no crafting table required. Okay, these boots, Legit. They're called the Gospel of Peace, and they're enchanted with calm.
Doesn't matter how rocky life gets, these let you walk through any mess with Jesus-style peace.
All right, so that gives you a bit of a taste of the Minecraft. And I did ask my son, how good is it? And does it make sense? And you know what his response was? He said, Dad, that's pretty good. Which I took as being a 5 thumbs up because it's hard to convince him that he watches a lot of Minecraft, so he knows what's right and not right. But yeah, it certainly communicated in a very clear way. But I want you to understand that you look at a video like that and you say, wow, that's really clever. And I've had people say, Simon, that's amazing that you've done that. But as you can see, I didn't do any of it other than had the idea in my head, had the Bible passage that I wanted to understand well. And then I got ChatGPT to do all of the work for me. And it then was able to communicate a prompt that I could never have written myself and that I only even vaguely understand what it means. And then I check it with somebody in that subculture to go, does that make sense or not? So I'll show you another one. And we don't have a lot of time, but I hope that sort of gives you a little bit of a taste of what's possible. And I've just lost my PowerPoint here for a second. Where has it gone? Where is it? Oh, there it is. So does that make sense? I use the chatbot to write the prompt, and you can use that for all sorts of things. So if I go to this one, for example, this was one where there's another type of Minecraft. So the Minecraft video that you've just seen is where the players are competitive with each other. There's another younger form of Minecraft, which is called Creator Minecraft, where they're not battling one another, but they are building a little bit like Lego or plastic blocks, things like that on the Minecraft screen. And I won't show a lot of this, but I used exactly the same approach to create the story of David with the chatbot to create all of my prompts. But in this case, I created a song using Suno as the background music. And all that the AI video was doing the animation of it. There's no talking, it's only the song that you can hear. But in this case, again, I used the chatbot to help me shape the story, to help me shape the prompts of the images, and to keep trying different things until I got the result. So here's just a little bit of a taste. Again, this is on the AI Academy channel.
God chose David to play a key part. David, a man reflecting God's heart. The brothers lined up like skins to choose. Samuel thought this one God will use, but God said no. I see the heart. It's David I will set apart. The Lord is my rock. The Lord is my light. The Lord is my shepherd, my guide in the night. Shout for joy to the Lord, we sing David's songs of Jesus, the King of Kings.
And that goes on. It's a fun song, all done by Suno. My son loved this one, except for this scene where he saw those stones and laughed and laughed and laughed because he said, AI does not understand that type of rock. And I don't even know what he's talking about, but he found that extremely funny. So that was kind of cute. But it all comes back to using the chatbot to help you create your idea. I'm not getting AI to come up with the idea. I'm not getting AI to tell me what I should do. I'm simply using my own creativity to come up with things that I really am interested in trying to do, and then getting AI to help me to generate it. And one last example I want to show you. Actually, what was this one? Yeah, again, this was using AI to help me generate prompts, but this was creating the images in Midjourney, and this was the story of the 10 plagues, and I wanted it in a storybook style. And that's where Midjourney is very good at doing quite artistic looking things. But again, I used the chatbot to help me shape it. And this one's just gone up in the last week or two, and it's images of the Christmas scene, and it's a meditative thing. So have a look. It's just a little bit of it. Goes on. It does the shepherds, the angels, the wise men, and then finally the nativity scene. And that was done first with AI video, and AI video doesn't do that sort of slow motion. So what I did is I created the scene and I bring it into an app called Krea. And there are other ones as well. And I can then apply slow motion to the scene, and it generates a slow motion version of it. So it can be a very slow motion scene. But what was interesting was asking AI about each of these scenes to try and get it as accurately pictured as possible. And so if you have a look at each of these scenes, you will see things that might surprise you. But AI helped me. Did you know it is most likely that the manger was made of stone? I did not know that. AI helped me understand it, and I researched that because I wasn't sure. But it is very likely that the manger was made of stone and not made of wood, particularly where Bethlehem is and the stone that was available. So that was interesting. And then when you read the Bible passages, and it says a host of angels, it doesn't say that they were in the sky. It just says that a host of angels appeared. So I then thought, yes, all right. And so the scene of the angels was not in the sky, but actually they're on the ground. and in fact was able to get them appearing. So they're actually there in the scene with the angel, and then they appear. So just trying to get the scenes as accurately and historically appropriate as possible. So again, AI was helpful. And the final one I'll show you was then part of the Go Play video that some of you in the sport movement would have seen. And this opening bit, and I'll just show the first little bit of it, was the idea of getting sports equipment to talk. And so you've got these different characters.
Communities across the world, one game at a time.
Millions of lives have been impacted for the past 25 years.
Seriously, kids, families, teens, everyone, whole communities.
It's happening in big cities and even remote islands.
So, what is Go Play? Let's break it down.
The first word is go, go, go. Simple, it's an action word. It gets you moving.
Going forward, doing something. Jesus said, go! Go sharing Jesus.
The second word is
Play!
but why? Play.
Play is simple. It's fun. It's spontaneous. It's at the heart of being human.
Play is the first way you learn as a child.
People live to play. People learn as they play.
People of every age and culture are wired to play from birth. Ouch.
Then you put the two words together. Go and play.
And we'll put that one. I'm not sure if that's on the Academy yet, but again, it was an idea, a human idea of, you know what? I wonder if we could get the sports equipment to do the talking. Now, I have been an animator, so I know how much work it would have taken to do that. It would have taken months and months of work. And yet with AI, I can take a simple idea that anybody could have come up with. It just takes a bit of human creativity. But then all I had to do was ask AI to help me shape a prompt. And AI wrote every single one of the prompts for that. And what was beautiful was because I was keeping the same basic structure of a sports equipment in the foreground in focus, and then a scene in the background out of focus, I could set that up and get that idea understood by the chatbot. And then all I had to do was say, okay, could you give me one with a basketball in the Philippines? And it then generated the whole idea. And I told it what to say. I didn't even have to ask it what to do. It then built, and each time it added a new scene, a new piece of sport equipment, and a new country. And so that's all I did. I said, this is what you say, this is the sport, and this is the country. And it generated the idea. And then if it didn't look any good, I maybe gave it ideas. But the chatbot helped me generate the prompt to get my idea out of my head and get it onto video. So there's more I could say, but that's been one of the great things of the last 6 months, was realizing how much the chatbot can help you, but also reinforcing what Festus said at the start, is that it doesn't take away from human creativity. It actually enhances human creativity. It allows us to do things that we couldn't do. And Alex has shown you how you can do that with generative art, and Bevan has shown you how you can do that with your documents and dig deeper into them. And so suddenly you start to see different ways that AI can help you to do even more things, not less, but more things in wonderful ways. So yeah, any final, I know we've gone long tonight and I've gone too long, but I hope that's been helpful, and we will share this video on the YouTube channel. And if you do have questions, you can also ask them in the chat, in the WhatsApp group as well, if you think of them afterwards.
There's just one question, Si.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just about that last Go Play video. And I think actually, Tamerlan, if you can tell us what the inconsistencies are, like with the volleyball net and the jump rope, I'm wondering if it's possible to correct such AI inconsistencies. So when you see something that's not quite working, what do you do?
Yeah, look, that is a brilliant question. And sometimes the answer is yes, I do it again and again and again and again and again. And there were some of those clips that I did 10 or 20 times before I managed to pull it off. And in other cases, if I did see an inconsistency, I had to decide, can I live with that or not? And the thing is with AI video at the moment is it's not perfect. And so it won't actually generate 100% perfection. So you have to, in the end, decide, does it take away from the story, or can I live with it? So you do have to sometimes make those decisions. But yeah, things don't happen straight away. And what you might not realize when you hear some of the trainers is that sometimes you do have to keep asking and keep asking. I think when I write a song with Suno at the moment, it takes me about 40 times of doing it before I get what I'm really looking for. So it's not, AI never gives you necessarily a perfect result first time. And you can either keep pushing it or you can sometimes live with it. But AI video is the one that's probably still the least perfect, but it is getting better all the time. So. Well, let me just say what isn't possible at the moment in most cases. Well, certainly it isn't with AI video, is to fix one thing on the screen. You can't do that. You can now do it with AI image. So in Midjourney, you can edit, and in Suno, you can change a phrase. So you can start to tackle small parts. But AI video at the moment, as far as I know, there's none of them where you can go, okay, I want everything the same, but I just want to fix that one bit. You can't do that yet. But sometimes what I have to do is I use a video editing tool to cut something out or zoom in or cover something if I need to. So sometimes you have to use the video edit to fix something. But anyway. All right. Well, any other questions? Otherwise, thank you for staying on so long. And we have another call in a bit under 12 hours for some of us. You don't have to attend if you don't want to, because it's not a great time zone. The video will appear on the YouTube channel. But thank you especially to Festus and to Alex and to you, Bevan, and to Jane for hosting us. And Bevan, before you fly, I wonder if you would pray for us and pray for all those on the call. Thank you, everybody.
Jesus, thank you so much for the privilege of co-laboring with you on behalf of your planet, your people, all the people groups you know and love, every single individual. And we are really interested in staying in the driver's seat with you to innovate, to create, to find new ways to communicate in languages and creative ways that connect with people's hearts where they're at, whether in their subcultures, in their languages, and just really press forward with that. So thank you for each one of these leaders and trainers who have helped us take another step forward in that today. We pray that you'd really help us to walk forward with wisdom and courage in this new season. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on WhatsApp and other things. See you next time.
See you. Thank you.
See you. Thank you.